Timber and Sprig, When Words Build Bridges. A heartfelt forest tale about friendship, feelings, and the magic of kinder words. In a green and blooming forest lived two best friends, a little beaver named Timber and a quick, lively squirrel named Sprig. Timber was precise and smart about building. Sprig was creative and full of ideas. They loved playing together, gathering acorns, climbing trees, building little bridges out of branches and stones, and even an amazing raft they built to sail down the river. One day, while they were sailing on the river, Sprig had an idea. "Let's build a little den. We could crack acorns inside, play games, and invite all our friends." Timber, the expert builder, stroked his whiskers and said,
"I know exactly how to build it. First, we spread a thick layer of mud on the branches so the shelter stays waterproof. That is the most important room for building near the river."
"But Timber, I want to stick colorful leaves and shiny acorn shells on the branches first, so the den will be beautiful, full of surprises, just like a treasure cave." For a tiny moment, Timber almost smiled. Sprig's idea sounded kinda nice, maybe even special. But then another voice inside him whispered, "You are the one who understands building." He lifted his head and said,
"Sprig, stop with these silly ideas. If we put leaves first, the mud won't stick and the den will collapse. Listen to me. I know how to build."
Sprig's pointed ears trembled and then drooped back. His big tail, which had been bouncing happily a moment ago, fell down and dragged along the ground. Those words stung his heart like thorns. He felt like someone had shut a door to a place he really wanted to enter, and so he walked away. Timber stayed alone. He thought, maybe I exaggerated. Maybe I could have said it differently. But then he told himself,
"Never mind. I am right. I understand. I know." He yelled out, "Come on, we have a den to build."
Sprig didn't really want to join, but he truly wanted to see the den he had dreamed of, so he joined, with a heavy heart. They gathered branches, but not with their usual energy. Timber arranged the sticks and started spreading mud, and Sprig tried anyway to add a little beauty, just as he wanted. He placed a bright red leaf right near the entrance, but Timber smeared mud right over the leaf. "Be careful, you ruined my leaf."
"This is not the time for playing with leaves. I know how to build."
Then came a soft creak, followed by another, and with a loud noise of breaking branches, the den collapsed.
"See, I told you it wouldn't hold."
Sprig lowered his gaze to the floor. His shoulders curled inward. He wanted to tell Timber, "I just wanted it to be beautiful. And when you talk to me like that, it hurts more than a den collapsing." But no words came out. He needed to be alone. Once again, Timber was left alone. He felt his heart grow heavy, just like the stone he sat on.
"I was right," he thought. "The mud needs to go first. That is the correct way to build."
But then he remembered Sprig's sad eyes. "I know how to build with mud and branches, but with my words, I built a wall that hid the person who matters most to me, my friend Sprig." And then he knew what to do. He swam fast toward Sprig's home. He found Sprig making a mandala out of leaves.
Sprig, can I join you?
They sat side by side. Timber sat down, took a deep breath, and said,
Sprig, I'm sorry. Maybe I was right that we need mud first, but I spoke to you not nicely at all. It was really wrong of me to say your ideas were silly. I was so busy trying to win and be right that I forgot to be your friend.
A small spark lit up in Sprig's eyes, but quickly faded. Timber, it really hurt me. When you want to be right so badly, I feel a little unnecessary. He looked down at the ground. Timber looked very thoughtful. After a few moments of silence, he pulled a golden leaf from the pile and reached out to Sprig. This is for the entrance of our new den. Sprig smiled. He understood. This was Timber's way of rebuilding the bridge between them, not with stones and wood, but with kind words, understanding, and sharing. And then he didn't wait any longer. He jumped up and shouted, "I'll race you!" His tail started dancing in the air again. They worked on the den again with energy and excitement. Timber spread a thin layer of mud, and Sprig pressed leaves and acorn shells into it before it dried. "Timber, is there enough mud here?"
Sprig, you can add leaves right here.
"What a beautiful decoration!"
This is going to be the strongest den ever.
They even pressed nutshells around the door, and it looked beautiful and special. The next day, they sat together in the new den. Timber looked around and said, "This time, we didn't just build with our hands. We built with our hearts." Sprig smiled a big smile at him, and his tail danced in the air once more. And since then, sometimes when they talked, they would stop and think, "Are our words right now building a bridge or a wall?" Deep in their hearts, they already knew the answer.